Today we're going to talk about the influence generator and how this is key for you being able to get clients. This is reverse psychology here. Notice a lot of people have fear. In a crisis situation, that's how people behave, and it prevents people from buying. People cannot buy when they're under fear. So I'm going to show you what happens when you apply this psychology in an environment when there's crisis. So I made a post just a couple hours ago, and I'll show you. See, this is what happens when you're looking at people posting live. See, this is about show, not tell. And I said here, this is what, an hour ago I made this post. 2 hours ago, I said, I quit. It's too much for me. And as a surprise, I said, I quit procrastinating. I quit listening to people who mean well but are telling me the wrong things. I quit thinking that this is not my time. I quit denying myself things that I know that I could have because I'm not stuck in the thing that I am. And some people will see this as a motivational speaker piece, but for those of you that know me and know the psychology, yeah, David says it grabbed my attention. What I'm really is reframing to help people understand that when you have a mindset of abundance, and this is not fake it till you make it. This is not, I'm going to pretend there's no problems. This is not Tony Robbins or manifesting. All those things are good too. This is different because what we're counting on is when we do something good for other people, then the reciprocation of human nature is going to attract the very kinds of clients and people that you want to work with. Because the reason you are here in Conquer Local Academy is not because you just want to be entertained. It's not because you're tired of Netflix. It's because you want to grow your agency. You want to get your first client, or if you have an existing agency, you want to get more clients. Is that right? Amen? Type in amen if that is right. Yes. See, that's right. Thank you, guys. Awesome. Oh, Bruce is here? Oh, very good. Now, notice when I made this post just a couple hours ago, you've got all these people that are coming in and commenting. And what do we want to do? Reply with video where we can, right? Because on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you can reply with video, and I'll show you how. Watch. So here, I've got my phone, and I'm going to go to my Facebook. I'm going to click on the notifications down here in the bottom. For some reason, this TV is not mirroring, but that's okay. And I will go to my latest post, which is right here. There it is. There's my latest post. And I'm just going to reply to any of these people with video. So there's this guy, Steven Safik. He's the first one there. And I'll say, and I've seen this guy before, and I'll say, hey, Steven, thank you so much, man. I know that you've been hustling really hard, and it's so awesome to see you here. I hope you're having a good Friday afternoon. And there it is. I just made my reply with video. Next. So it's posted there. You can see now that's my comment reply. I replied with video. And now I'm building community. Now, when I do the same thing on LinkedIn, I took that same post, look, and I've got these notifications that are coming through. And let's see, well, I could go to my profile to get to my latest post. Facebook makes it kind of hard to, I'm sorry, LinkedIn makes it harder to get to the post. There's not a feed in the same way. So from anyone's profile, could be your own profile, come here to post an activity, click on posts here, and you'll see the latest post of yourself or whoever it is. I always click on post, not latest activity. And you'll see this is the exact same post that I made. And I've got all these people that are liking and commenting. Now, LinkedIn, provides you the number of views. Facebook doesn't. But in this case here, so far, 16 likes and 2 comments. We know that comments are worth 7 times more than a like. So this is worth about the same. The comments and likes worth about the same. And this has generated 1,200 views. So this is probably going to go between 50 and 100,000 views. Not that that's the main thing I'm looking for, but I know over the next 4 or 5 days, that's typically what's going to happen. If I reply to everybody, then I'm going to get more, right? I can get 3 times more if I engage than if I don't do anything. So why am I putting this out here? I'm trying to use reverse psychology to help people understand. Oh, you guys can't see my camera? It's showing my screen. Okay. Okay, good. I want to make sure if you guys can see everything okay, type in yes, just so I know. And if you can't, type in what you can't see. Okay, good. Always keep giving me feedback because I like being in person with people, but this is the best that we can do for right now, right? This virtual Zoom thing. All right, look, what I'm really doing here, for those that understand the mindset that I'm putting out, is helping people understand I'm not in a scarcity mindset. I believe that there's plenty out there for everybody. I believe that even though there's lockdown, or even though certain businesses can't operate, even though there's certain kinds of problems, or maybe you have an agency that you've had to start out of necessity and you're trying to get your first client. If you broadcast that, hey, I don't have any money, I can't pay my bills, my rent is due, my credit card payments I can't make, if that's your situation, how likely is that going to draw in the clients that you want, right? I'm not saying pretend that you have a Lamborghini or pretend that everything is incredible when it's not. I'm just saying if you project fear or negativity, clients are not going to want to do business with you. In fact, if you do get clients, you're going to get the kind of clients that you don't want. You're going to get those nightmare clients, okay? Now, if you have been following along with us in the replays or live over the last 11 weeks now, you might be wondering, where's all this going? So you're following through with these exercises, you're making your 1-minute videos, you're defining your why, how, and what, you're putting your XYZ in there, you are building your website, you are doing all the things, and you're wondering, hey, I need to get my first client. I see some of these other people are getting clients, but where's my clients? How is this going to result in me getting clients? Let me show you something. So yesterday, I was with Tommy Mello, and he is the #1 guy in the world of garage doors. He made $30 million last year. And now he's servicing other garage door and home services people. And so if I do a search on Tommy Mello, my name, or his podcast, he has this home services podcast. And he's probably the best known in the world of home services. And he wants to service all these other garage door, pest control, windows, all these other kinds of businesses. Do you think he personally is able to service these other 100,000 businesses? Even though he's got this podcast that is absolutely amazing, right? He's got tens of thousands of people that follow him on this podcast. These are home service business owners, right? Do you think that he can service them? He can't. He needs other people who can do it, and then we can rev share together. So he's saying, Dennis, how do we partner to be able to service all these other business owners? That's what Conquer Local Academy is for. That's why Vendasta is fielding this, because we're going to train you up. And unlike all the other trainings out there, we're going to give you these clients. And we're going to give it to you not because you say so, but because you have completed these checklist items. And then we can confidently and competently say, hey, you're trying to grow your leads. Hey, you're trying to put your why out there. Hey, you're trying to get more social traffic. You're trying to get people to come to your website. You're trying to make the phone ring. Then certainly if you hire Don Gable or Mike Corso, they're going to be able to do it for you because they are certified in Conquer Local Academy. Let's do another one. How about Glenn Vo? Glenn Vo is a dentist, but he's not just any dentist. He runs Nifty Thrifty Dentist. So he's a current practicing dentist. So he still practices dentistry 3 days a week, but he also has 19,000 dentists, and he wants to offer dental marketing services to these other dentists. Do you think Glenn Vo is going to sit down with each of these 19,000 dentists and tell them how to build their public figure page and how they can be able to put their why out there in an XYZ format? Do you think that he's going to edit their videos, that he's going to build their websites, that he's going to make sure they rank in local search results? Do you think he's going to run snapshot reports for them? No. What he wants to do is be able to work with people who are certified to be able to do this. Now, let me show you the documents so you can see that we're not playing here. So what we've done is taken our training, for example, on the social amplification engine, and said, hey, if you are a garage door service business, I'm Tommy Mello, and I want to teach you how you can go through these 6 phases so that you can grow your garage door service business. And we're going to get your plumbing in place. We're going to get your goals, content, and targeting in place. We're going to start running ads across all these different channels, and we're going to optimize for more leads and go through all this training step by step, right? I'm Tommy Mello, and I got my partner, Dennis Yu, who's very good at digital marketing. And I've done it for my business, A1 Garage, and I want to do it for your garage door business. Whether you're in Cleveland or Dallas or Los Angeles, I want you to be able to get more business clients, more consumers that are trying to repair their bottom rubber, or new homeowners where the previous owner, the garage door opener wasn't working properly, or the springs are broken, or it's creaky, my garage door makes these weird sounds. I want to get you more business because I have done it for my business, and I want to help you do it for your garage door business. I'm a garage door guy myself. You know, that's going to have huge cred for other folks that have garage doors. But what if we're doing it for, let's see, I'll come over here. How do I get the Zoom window out of the way? How do I minimize this Zoom thing? Let me come over to Finder. And let's say that I'm a dentist, or say that I am a, here's one for Glenveagh. We have it for the top folks in mortgage, the top folks in real estate, the top folks in Cairo, the top folks in a dozen other industries where these guys have thousands of business owners in that vertical that would love to get your help. Okay. So do you guys you guys follow what I'm saying? Type in yes if what I'm saying makes sense and how this is inception. We're not going through training for the heck of it. This training, the exercises that we're going through, even if you don't understand why we're doing the particular exercises, it's because we're leading towards a certification so that when you get that certification, we're going to help you service these 19,000 dentists that are part of Glenn's thing, the 700 chiropractors that are part of the Black Diamond Club. See, it's the same thing. I'm Glenn Vo. I'm a successful dentist, and I want to help you build your dental practice to drive more leads, to be able to respond to moms and children that need their teeth cleaning, and people that need cosmetic dentistry, and how to generate referrals, and how to talk to people about cavities and about crowns and bridges and implants and teeth whitening, right? All this stuff. If you don't understand the inception, that's okay. Catch up on the earlier episodes and you'll see what I'm doing here. Let me, for those that don't understand the nuance of this, let me put it this way. If you are now pretend that you're a potential customer, you're a client. Let's say that you're a dentist in whatever town you're in. Tell me, what town are you in? Type into the comments, what town are you in? Let me know. Toronto, Virginia Beach, Atlanta. Okay, Anchorage. Okay, so take that city. Take Kansas City, for example. And there's a dentist in Kansas City, or Brooklyn, New York, or Port St. Lucie, Florida, Decatur. Anyone, Florence, Italy even, says Katerina. That dentist who's in Grand Prairie, Alberta, and he sees Glenn Vo, and let's say he's a member of Nifty Thrifty Dentists, and he sees Glenn Vo saying, hey, here's my course on how you as a dentist can grow your dental practice, and I'm a dentist too. Are they going to trust me, Dennis Yu, or trust Devin Henning, or trust whoever lives in, in Grand Prairie, Alberta, or, Katerina? Are they going to trust Glenn Vo, who's a dentist? If you're a dentist, are you going to trust another dentist who's successfully teaching how they do this step by step? Or are you going to trust somebody who's an internet marketer? Are you going to trust the internet marketer, or are you going to trust the dentist? Let me know in the comments. Who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the dentist? Of course you are, right? What do I know about dentists? My name sounds like dentist. And by the way, people who are named Dennis are more likely to become dentists. Did you know that? Kind of neat. And what we've done, and here, I'll just show you. Just so you know, just to tease you a little bit about how we're going to grow our businesses together, because we're not doing this to try to sell you courses. Okay. There's a lot of people out there that want to sell you a course on how you can do whatever for $2,000. Don't fall for that. We're here to build businesses together. Okay. And if that's not clearly what we're doing, get out of here. Now, this is the Black Diamond Club. And there's a number of people that are chiropractors. It's a lot of chiropractors here, okay? And the chiropractors they don't know how to do digital marketing. Now, a lot of the stuff that we've been doing together on how to reply with video, or how to set up a Facebook page, or how to boost a post, you'll see, like, here's another one. These are all chiropractors. See, this guy's a chiropractor. Thanks, Philip, but I think Dennis might be the main man this week. Every week I bring a small business owner and create a podcast, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then I'll say, thank you so much, Milan. Actually, I can reply with video here in Facebook. Okay, let's see. Look, this was this morning, Katie Gay. I did my first Dennis Yu How video yesterday, and it seemed to be performing well, my why video boost haven't finished, so I haven't developed my audience. Am I doing this correctly? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look. 500 through plays on 933 reach, penny through plays. Good grief. Holy moly, that is good. That's great, right? Penny through plays? You want that, right? You got to type their name right. And we got to tell them why. It's a penny through play because your view through rate, see that's the 560 on 933 is over 50%. Good job. And then we don't want them to stop. We want them to keep going. Do more videos. Okay, see? And what's going to happen is that these people, as they're going through our training, because we have training that's skinned for the chiropractors, just like the dentists and the garage door openers and the real estate agents and the mortgage brokers, like we have this thing skinned in a dozen different verticals, the same training, right? On how to do this. They're going to come in and say, man, this is working really well. Oh, look, this is a benevolence video. I'm going to explain that in a moment. And let's see if I can just to show you for real. I'm literally scrolling through here. I haven't pre-planned any of these things here. You're going to see that they'll say, yep, I got some success on my 1-minute video, but I can't get my remarketing working with my digital plumbing. Can you guys do that? And I'll say, yeah, we've got our training on it. But if that training is too much, because we're putting the training out there for free. You see how this inception works? And then if any of these things they just don't want to do themselves, then you can see like they're tagging me on these different pieces. Then we'll say, you know, we have certified partners that are able to do this. And then the folks that run this group, in this case, Sean and Lacey, will say, yes, we have a service. So we have Black Diamond Digital Marketing. And so we do this for chiropractors, and we specialize in doing this for chiropractors. Now, if you have the guy who runs Black Diamond Club and he's a chiropractor and he has 700 other chiropractors kicking butt, right? If you're a chiropractor and you're in this group following Black Diamond Club with other chiropractors, and the lead chiropractor says, hey, you know, here's our training. Here's how we do it step by step. But in case you just don't want to mess around with pixels and websites and, you know, local listings and all this, we can just go ahead and get that done for you. Would you buy from Sean Dill if you're a chiropractor already in this chiropractor group? Yes? Type in chiro if you believe that's true. If you don't, help me understand why you don't believe that's true. Okay, does anyone say no? Everyone's saying chiro. Okay. Now, do you see what we're doing here? We're doing inception, which is playing on both sides. The reason we're able to drive more leads confidently for your agency, even if you've never done a digital marketing agency, is that we know that if you follow the recipe, you will get chocolate chip cookies or whatever the recipe is that you're trying to do this for, okay? We have both, Todd says, arbitrage. Yes, it is arbitrage, but in a way that most people might not think. It's because we have the supply and the demand side, okay? The demand side is all of these groups that we are very fortunate to know the owners of these groups. So these are groups of real estate agents and chiropractors and lawn care people. Like, we have these groups already. You guys are the supply side. You guys are on the delivery side. You guys are going to get it done. Now, every one of these figureheads that runs one of these groups, it could be Michael Stelzner, Social Media Examiner. It could be, you know, Ryan Dice of TNC and Digital Marketer. All these people, the reason why they run their groups is because they want to help all the people in their community. Isn't that right, Devin and Andrew? The reason why their conference grew is because they want to help their community, but they are busy putting out information. It's a lot of effort, as you know, to put out courses, information, run a conference, run websites, publish, do a podcast. Man, it is a lot of effort, right? I can tell you firsthand because I do a lot of that as well. I'll just show you another one. So let's say Matthew Janusek. So Matthew Janusek, he runs Escape Fitness, and he has thousands of fitness owners, gym owners and personal trainers and equipment manufacturers. Like, we were talking this morning with the CEO of 24 Hour Fitness. You can imagine how difficult things are for them right now, right? So we have thousands of these people on the podcast and who also follow Matthew. And even though he's 50, he's super humble. The guy is ripped, right? He's interviewing people that have Olympic gold medals, that have won Mr. Olympia, that have done all these kinds of things. And we are putting out the Escape Fitness digital agency. So Matthew Janusek is a figurehead these are all figureheads, which we call a lighthouse partner. They want to help other people in their particular niche. And what we're going to do, so here's one where he interviewed me, and there's a whole blog post around that, and there's a video, right? Look, this is kind of cool. See, look, this is Inception, right?
Why do people have to keep launching marketing campaigns? It's like Sisyphus rolling the ball up the hill, right? What a waste of time. If you made this half-court shot, you get $1 million. You get one shot. Would you feel pressure? But if, let's say you're not even good at basketball, if I said, you know.
So there's these different things, right? And I am your lead whisperer. So because we have the contacts with the Matthews and the Glenn Vos and all that, when they launch their agency, because they want to service all the people in their vertical, we're going to give that work to you guys to do. Okay. So all the exercises that we're doing are leading towards giving you clients, and not just referring you clients, but being able to demonstrate that the intersection between the training that we're putting out there for free with these vertical providers is the same done for you package that you guys are able to execute together with Vendasta as the platform that brings it together. Okay. So let me know, have you used Uber or Airbnb or Craigslist or eBay or any of the other two-sided networks? If you have, tell me yes, and tell me which one it is that you've used. Which two-sided network have you used? Used all of them, says Mike. Okay, all of them. Okay, great. And you understand that a two-sided network, so Uber doesn't own any cars. What they do is they bring together supply and they bring together demand, right? So there's people that have cars that are drivers, and there's people that would like someone to drive them, which are the passengers. And that's what Vendasta is. That's why we're here together as part of Conquer Local. Vendasta is not an agency. Vendasta is bringing agencies together and bringing them together with a demand, okay? Now, there's lots of other tools out there. There's lots of tools that do marketing automation, that do email, that there's agencies. There's like lots of software, right? No argument about, I think there's 5,000 pieces of marketing related sorts of software platform. There's tools that will edit your videos, that will do all kinds of stuff. But let me ask you, how many other tools do you know have put together a community so that you as an agency owner are able to grow your business and we will supply you with those leads? Who else does that? Do you know anybody? I'm asking you. Tell me in the comments. Does anyone else do that besides us? Tell me, anyone else? You know anyone else who's actively giving you leads because of structured training? No. And the reason why the answer is no, tell me why you think the answer is no. No one else is doing it. I've looked high and wide. No one else is doing it. And you know, if I've missed it, let me know. But I've not seen anyone else doing it. If you've seen it, yeah, too much investment, mindset, ego, empires, all those things. No structured training. Those are all true. Pain in the ass. Yeah. So the reason why is because you have to, well, ManyChat sort of does. And HubSpot and Hootsuite sort of does because they have a certification, but it's not the same thing. The reason why, franchises sort of do it. The reason why is that you need to have structured training that ties in not just with your product, but with the entire digital marketing landscape. And the only way to do that is if you have direct partnerships with GoDaddy and Google and Instagram and Digital Marketer and Social Media Examiner and the other tool providers, right? A pure play tool provider like a Mobile Monkey isn't going, or a Hootsuite isn't going to be able to do it because there's too many other tool things to be able to put together, okay? And you need practitioners to be able to teach it. I happen to be a practitioner. We have other people that are practitioners. We have the practitioners. Glenn Vo is a practicing dentist, right? Ali Awad is a practicing personal injury attorney, right? This is not what I heard someone else say. This is, hey, I'm Ali Awad and I'm the #1 person. He won't say it this way, but I'll say it about him. He's the #1 personal injury attorney out there in digital marketing. He drives the most sales, the most leads, and he's open about how he does it, right? He's got his own conference, flashing checks of all the settlements that he's got. Like, for example, every month he'll post checks daily and have $1 million challenge. So demonstrating his pay. I'm not necessarily saying you should do that, but I'm just saying he's proof of that. And so he's teaching all the other personal injury attorneys how to do this. And guess who he's partnered with to be able to drive more lead gen for his personal injury attorneys? Of course, okay? So the only way to build a credible network is to have those partnerships and be able to be behind the scenes on those figureheads, okay? That's our secret little sauce to drive those ingredients. Okay, any questions on that before we move into today's training, the exercises? Because if that doesn't make sense, you're not going to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And by the way, if you don't understand the intricacies of inception, which is what we're talking about here, that's okay. Just trust that these exercises all fit together in a certain way, okay? Okay, now we're going to switch gears. And I want to show you, where is the thing that I made for you guys today? Ah, here we go. Today's menu. Now, remember I opened with how people, when they're under fear, they don't buy. And so I use reverse psychology to show here's the opposite, right? Because I want people to understand that we believe in the opposite. And what I'm doing is what's called in psychology, virtue signaling. I'm trying to show the opposite. So yes, I had a hook there, right? By saying I quit. And then people are thinking, oh, what did do? Dennis quit his job, or did he quit? Like what? Right. And then it's a way to deliver the concept. But what we're trying to do is show that we have gratitude. What are the different ways that we can do gratitude? Here they are. And I want you to follow along as I do it too. Okay. First one, a LinkedIn recommendation. So let's go to LinkedIn and let's just go to our notifications and let's look at what's going on here. So let's see. Who do I want to give a LinkedIn recommendation to? Usually people that are engaging on my content. I want to create an incentive. So here's this Leah Fain Broke Digital. Okay. And I've known her for quite some time now. There's a lot of people that you know, but have you given them a recommendation? Let's see. First degree connection. We've got a lot of connections in common. Wow. 200 mutual connections. And let's just look to see how many recommendations she has. She probably has very few. She's got 3,000 followers, which is okay, right? She's commenting. She's a social media marketer. She's certified. By the way, they're not a competitor of yours. If someone else is a digital marketer, they are not a competitor of yours. That is a small-minded scarcity mindset. Okay, do not think of that you do not have it, and that someone else has a client that's less work for you. That you might as well just go to the, Pacific Ocean and say there's not enough water. There's plenty of water. Okay, we have a desalination plant. There's plenty of water. Don't be small-minded about this. And we help out so many agencies. Look, we're doing it right now. Do I see you as a competitor? No, I have more. I can drive 100,000 small business client leads right now just by sending out a couple emails. Do I need more business? Hell no. What I want to do is drive you guys more business. And it's not because I'm just thinking, if I just pray hard enough, and I'm not saying don't pray, but that's not necessary, right? Don't think of all these other people as competitors. Now, she does have a lot of these endorsements. You can see here, right? That's great, 99 plus. But let's see, recommendations. Wow. Do you see this here? How many recommendations does she have? Type in the comments. 2. Oh, all right. And she's given 0. What does that tell you? So if there's only 2 people that have given recommendations and we put 1 in there, or let's say in most cases they have no recommendations, and we put a recommendation in here, do you think she's going to notice it? Do you think, I'm going to triple, or not triple, I'm going to add by 33% more recommendations than she has. And I'm going to make it a legitimate one and an honest one. And we'll just say that we work together in the same group, which is sort of a vague thing, right? I'm not going to say I managed her. I'm just going to choose this one, right? And then I'll just choose her most recent one. And here's what I'm going to do. Now, when you write a recommendation, you want to make sure it's specific. You want to use broetry, which we talked about 2 episodes. I think it was episode 9, was it? On how you write 1-line sentences. Okay. Now, often people, they get writer's block because they're like, oh, what do I say? Do I say, oh, Leah's a really great person? Well, that's bogus because that's so generic. It's really damning people with faint praise. You know, those ones where it's like a faint it's not really a recommendation. They're just like, yeah. I mean, there's like people who say they're sorry, but they're not actually sorry. Like, don't do one of those. Right. So say, Leah is the real deal when it comes to digital marketing. 1 sentence, I have known her for many years and wouldn't hesitate to recommend her. And let me see if I can say something more specific. So I'll probably come over to Facebook. Let's see what else I can say that's specific. There she is. See, this is where you go cross-channel too. Notice the thing I posted on Facebook, I also posted on LinkedIn and Twitter and all that. And let's see what she's doing. Let's see. She is a proud mother of 3 humans, University of Miami. What is she saying? You know, she's sharing someone else's content. I might go look at my messages with her because I have so many connections. I might not remember. Let's go look at the messages and see what's going on. What did we chat about? What was the last thing that we chatted about? If I go to my messages here. You're not going to see anyone else log in and show you how they're actually doing stuff with you, huh? They're going to PowerPoint you. We're not using PowerPoint. Do you notice this? We're actually doing this live. This is show, don't tell. Let's see. Okay. What has she said? I should do a case study. Almost 500 hours of business. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she's talking about these clients and she's been up and down through these clients. Okay, great. So let's go back here. She has 500 plus hours of digital marketing and sees things through to completion. Okay, there. Now, these are 3 paragraphs. It's not 1 paragraph. Do them as separate paragraphs and there. Okay? Now she's got one. She's going to get my recommendation, but what's going to happen when she gets that recommendation? Tell me in the comments. LinkedIn's going to notify her. And then she's going to probably write a recommendation for you, right? It's the reason why we're doing gratitude is reciprocity. Algorithm, says Laura. It's how people are going to. So do that right now. Go ahead and write a LinkedIn recommendation. And while you're writing that recommendation, I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story for 3 or 4 minutes while you write that recommendation. Choose anybody. Don't worry. And by the way, just go ahead and write a couple recommendations every day. Don't think of recommendations as like gold where like somehow you give away the money and you don't have much left. It doesn't cost you anything to write a recommendation. It only takes a minute or 2. Okay. You want to show that you are not of scarcity mindset. That's the thing that's going to open up clients for you. Okay. Now look, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. I'm going to tell you a story. And this will tell you why this thank you thing is so important. You see this? What are these? These are rollerblades, Salomon rollerblades, and they're over 20 years old. And when I worked at American Airlines, I was one of those time squeezing perfectionist people where I always wanted to try to get more efficiency anytime I could. And the buildings were so far apart at American Airlines in Fort Worth that instead of, well, initially I would jog, but I would get sweaty and I didn't want to go be sweaty going to meetings. So I would rollerblade between the different buildings. Like between building 4 and 5, it was maybe half a mile and I could get there with rollerblades in 2 minutes easy, right? Because I can go 20 miles per hour on these things. I would even rollerblade to the airport. Can you imagine that? It's totally fine. The TSA doesn't care. And because I cared about efficiency so much, I would try to exit meetings early. I'd try to get stuff done quickly. I didn't really stop to listen because I was just like, there's deadlines. I'm working really hard. Like, quick. What is it you need from me? Let's go, right? You can imagine like that kind of 1-minute manager, Ken Blanchard thing. And I remember that when I was buying software and hardware for American Airlines, because I did most of their purchasing, I was buying servers. I bought Broadvision, Oracle, Kana, RSW, Interwoven. I was buying millions of dollars of software just as like a 23-year-old kid. And I had to get everything through purchasing because, in a big corporation, there's lots of rules. You can't just, go spend money. And my signature authority was $100,000. So if I wanted something that was, $250,000 or $500,000, I needed to go to the CMO. I needed to go through these different rules through finance and requisition. And I needed to fill out forms to get approved through purchasing to be able to buy certain kinds of items. Like, hey, I need to get 3 more E10,000 servers. It's going to be $2.7 million because our website traffic is going to be, projecting to go like this. And I need that money. I need to get these servers in the next 30 days. Otherwise, we're going to run out of capacity because the website's growing so fast, right? And I had delays in getting my stuff done because there was one woman, her name was Miriam, and she was the purchasing agent that I had to run all my purchase orders through. And everyone else was trying to run their purchase orders through so that whenever you'd go by, she'd have a stack of purchase orders on her desk. And if you put your thing on your thing was just like another one there and they'd basically get lost, right? And be 3 weeks later, you're like, where's my purchase order? And and so I needed to have my stuff done right away because we're about to max out on our server capacity. And then even if we got the servers right away, then it would take, a month for them to come because we have to order them, then a month to configure them and all that. And by then our web traffic's already gone like this. And then if, we get in trouble, then I get blamed, right? And so I rollerbladed over to her office, to Miriam's office. And I had my purchase order and I was about to just like slap it down in her inbox and rollerblade away to my next meeting, which started in 4 minutes. But instead of doing that, I paused just for a moment and I noticed that something wasn't quite right. And it looked like she was maybe crying. Her eyes were kind of watery. And instead of putting that purchase order down and running off, I said, "Hey, Miriam, how are you doing? Are you okay?" And she told me, "This morning, my mom got diagnosed with cancer and I don't know what to do. It's really just, I didn't think it would happen. I thought cancer was something that happens to other people. And now it's come to my mom and I don't have the money and I'm just not prepared because I have so many other things going on in my life and I'm just so busy." And the reason why she didn't process other people's purchase orders was not because she's some mean woman, but because she's overwhelmed. And I put my purchase order behind my back and I sat down with my rollerblades in the chair next to her and I said, so tell me about that, right? And I was late for my next meeting. In fact, I skipped the next meeting. So I had a whole bunch of people that were waiting in a conference room in the other side of the building that I just didn't show up, right? And I sat down, I just chatted with her for 20 minutes. And in the middle of that conversation, I don't know how it came up, but I think like maybe when we're under pressure, we think about comfort food, but I asked her like what her favorite food was. And she said she liked Hershey's Kisses. I'm like, huh, okay. So later that day, I got on my rollerblades and I rollerbladed to the Walgreens across the street and I got several bags of Hershey's Kisses and I rollerbladed back. And at night on her desk, I spelled out her name, Miriam, in Hershey's Kisses that evening. I just thought, I don't know. There was nothing intentional. I just thought it seemed like a good thing to do. The next morning, when I'm in my office, I hear running and screaming down the hallway, and she's running to my cubicle, and she comes into my cubicle and gives me a big hug, tears streaming down. Tears are coming down her face. And she said, "Thank you so much. That made my day," because I spelled out her name in the Hershey's Kisses, right? And from then on, guess what happened when I had a purchase order? Every time I had a purchase order, I would rollerblade in, I put my purchase order in her box, and my stuff was getting handled immediately. And the other vice presidents were saying, "Dennis, how come you're able to get your stuff through so fast? My stuff's still been sitting. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 4 weeks. And I'm still waiting on my stuff to get processed. Like I keep sending them emails and whatever, but these the people in finance and accounting, they just really are too slow and they need to, they're like, they don't know what they're doing and we got to crack the whip and I need to hold a meeting and contact the VP of corporate finance or, whatever it is." And I just smile at them and say, "I don't know, maybe if you treat people a little bit better," right? And this is where we got the idea of being able to say thank you. These little things like leaving a recommendation. When was the last time someone said thank you to you? Tell me, how many days ago in the comments? When was the last time someone said thank you to you? Today, said Nikki. Wow, today? Oh, wow, you guys are lucky. Yesterday, says Robert, yesterday. Okay, people normally don't say thank you. So let's come back here. I'm gonna share my screen again and we're gonna go through the rest of these exercises. Every day. You should be saying thank you many times per day. It puts you in the right mindset. It grows your agency. It's not manipulative. It's something that people just don't do. Oh, and by the way, the American Airlines thing I learned, it was such a powerful experience on me that I went to Hallmark and I got a bunch of greeting cards, like 30 thank you cards. And I've been to so many stores, online stores, physical stores, and I go to the greeting card section. I look for thank yous. And guess what? 90% of the cards out there are happy birthday and congratulations or new baby or sorry for your loss. There's almost no thank yous. So if you say thank you, and by the way, there's like a tiny section in the card section on thank you. That shows you how rare gratitude is. So what I want you to do is make a list of your 3 favorite businesses and go maybe do this after this call. Then go leave them a 5-star Google review with a picture. Go to Yelp and leave them a review with a picture of yourself. Or if you have pictures of you eating their food, right? Or order from them, right? And leave those 3 businesses reviews, because what are they going to do? Just like a LinkedIn recommendation, they're going to leave you a review. They're going to tell everyone else about you. If you want to take it a step further, there's a technique called benevolence, which let's say it's an Italian restaurant, and you call up the owner and say, hey, I love your Italian restaurant. I've been going there for, somebody name a restaurant or name a business that you like here in the comments, just so we could do it for real. I want to see what you guys are thinking. Ruth's Chris. Okay, that's a chain. Rick's Diner, but choose one where you could get to the owner easily. Stretch Spot says Ron Morris. Okay, Va Bene. Oh, Va Bene is great. I went to Va Bene with Mark Page a little earlier, and let's see, it is in the Phoenix area. Yep, you guys all have your favorite ones. And let's say it's this one. I want to owner and I'll say, hey, I know things are hard. This is my favorite restaurant, and I would love to, here's your phone number. And people say, oh, but what if it's hard to reach the owner? It is easy to reach the owner. Try it. I've done it so many times. And say, I'd love to interview you about your restaurant just for 5 minutes through Zoom, or maybe just, outdoors, do our little distancing. Make a 1-minute video with them. Hey, how'd you get started? What's your favorite dish on the menu? How are you guys doing? And then you ask them, how can people support you? And then have them say, hey guys, we're still open. You can call 480-406-4070 and we will deliver to you on Grubhub and Uber Eats. And we're a family-owned business. We've been doing this for 37 years or whatever it is, right? And then you take that 1-minute video and you share it saying, Va Bene is my favorite Italian restaurant, and this means so much to me. In fact, if you are in need and you're a single mom, or you just are not able to pay the bills or what have you, let me know and I'll give you a $50 gift card because of my friend Jim or whoever it is that owns Va Bene. Or you buy a $50 gift card on the spot from them, and then you give it to one of your clients, or you give it to somebody who's struggling and you make a little video about that, right? What do you think happens when you do something nice like that? Have you seen a lot of things, the good news stuff in your feed, where someone's done something nice and it's blown up? Do something nice like that and make it public, but don't do it in a public bragging sort of way. Don't do it in such a way that it's like obvious you're trying to get attention. Do it because it's for someone that you care about. Do it because that restaurant or what have you is one that you really like and you really do like their food, and you can say something very specific about a particular dish or about a moment where they did something good for you, a moment in your life, right? And you don't have to bash on Olive Garden, or you don't have to bash on the other Italian restaurants like Buca di Beppo. I like them too. But tell stories and have them tell a story. You tell a story, they tell a story, share that on Facebook and LinkedIn. And now you've demonstrated gratitude. You've made a 1-minute video. You said thank you to other people. I have stacks of toilet paper, which are just off screen, and I've offered it to some of my friends that are in town, right? My friend Mike Arce said a few days ago, hey, I'm ashamed to admit, but I'm out of toilet paper because I didn't think that, this is going to be a thing. And, I went to Costco and to Fry's and they were out of toilet paper. So Mike runs Loud Rumor, and he has thousands of these boutique gym owners as his client, right? Here, Loud Rumor, that's what they do. And he was a personal fitness instructor, trainer, right? LA Fitness, all these other places. And now he runs an agency, but he wants to sub a lot of the work. So like here, right here, look at this. So he said, I said, hey, you need some toilet paper? Let me scroll down. I'll give you some toilet paper, right? I know he's in town just a few miles away. And yeah, he played the guitar. So then, he said, yep, thank you so much. I had some people come through and deliver. So then I said this to him. I said, hey, I've got some toilet paper. If you want some toilet paper, right? And now he's sharing my message to other people. But at the same time, I'm building relationships because with these guys, because it's going to create more work for you guys, more clients for you. Okay. I'm constantly finding ways to say thank you in hopefully a non-spammy kind of way. What are the other things that you can do to show gratitude? Remember we were doing these little 15-second videos and we talked about replying with video? So you can see here, I'm going to stop here just for a couple minutes and show my screen. Remember how we can reply with video? Guys, type in reply with video into the chat, just so we know that reply with video. So you're not going to reply with a text message. You're going to reply with video. So I'm going to come here to my Instagram, for example, and there are people that are tagging me and replying. And there's my buddy, Jonathan Hawkins, who runs the Marquis, the CMO at Lightspeed. And I'm going to reply with video. I'm going to say, hey, Jonathan, man, I was thinking about you and how we can create a lot of training together and how you're the hashtag agent. And I wanted to show everyone here, we got 150 people on this call, how easy it is to reply with video. In this case, here on Instagram, reply with video. There it is. Then I press send. And now you can see I've just left him a video message. Well, it's still uploading, but there it is, right? So I just reply with it. So yeah, Bruce says, I've been using this strategy. It's been huge. Bruce got a client because of this. Now you don't have to, what you're doing is replying with video over small things that you're grateful for, not some fake sorts of things, right? Here's my buddy, Jake Campoli. And Jake just got his first client doing digital plumbing. He's selling for $200. And I'm going to say here, Jake, man, I'm so happy that you got your first client. It's been an honor that you've been in our program for 4 or 5 years now, and you're growing your agency even though you're 22. And we've got 150 people here that are all rooting for you. Jake Campoli, you are the man. And there, I've made this video just now. It took me 15 seconds, and now this video is here. I'm replying with video to be able to say thank you. I'm going to come over here to LinkedIn. Here's LinkedIn. I'm going to go to my messages here in LinkedIn, and you can see, wow. So remember I just left that recommendation for Leah just now? Look, she just replied. You're really something, Dennis. Your recommendation couldn't come at a better time. Much gratitude and appreciation. Keep up the motivational content. You're the Dennis trained for all of us little guys struggling with small-minded, short-sighted business that robs us of our proven method. I didn't stage this, okay? This is just randomly. I just chose the next person here. When they get disillusioned outcomes on day one, it's not like our fault that they never executed, became agile and innovative, not like the internet just arrived, blah, 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 blah. We're in a crucial time for marketers with crisis bringing opportunity. Let me know when you're going to be in Florida, please. I'd love to get some Dennis love in social ads and email urgencies. Big hug, Leah. You could press, if you're watching it on the replay, you can press pause on this and see that this is what she said. Okay. Now, what am I going to do to this LinkedIn response? What am I going to do? 3 words. Type it in the chat. What am I going to do? Reply with video. That's right. So I'm going to hit the plus button. I'm going to hit video. And I'm going to say, Leah, I love how you're helping out so many people here. We all need to have that positive mindset, not just because it's the right motivational thing to do, but because it actually resets our immune system. The way your mind thinks is the chemicals that your brain's the programmer, tells everyone what to think. And so we've got 150 of us here that are all learning from you. And I love how you're reaching out and helping other people with COVID-19. And I can't wait to see you in Florida soon. We'll have to do a elbow bump, or depending on what the restrictions are. Love you so much, sweetheart. Keep sharing and doing what you're doing. There, so I replied with video, and there I press send. Okay, now you see that Jake Campoli, who's my 22-year-old prodigy, I just left him a video, and then he just replied. Haha, thanks for the shout out and encouragement. Okay, now, how many replies with video did I just do just now? A few, right? Not much effort. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. All right, look. Now you see how systematically you can reply with video? Don't tell me that this takes too much time. If you spent 15 minutes and you replied with video and you showed things you're grateful for, which reflects who you are, which reflects your why, what's going to happen when you reply with video? They're going to reply with video. And when they reply with video, what are you going to get? You're going to get this. So if I come here to, oh, look at all these people that are replying here. Let's go to love is kind. I have like, instead of love is kind, I'll say like, I love, Devin Hennig, or I love whoever it is, just to be able to see where it's coming from. And these people are replying with video, or they're replying with different, let's see, this one here. What's this? One of these random ones. So this guy has replied with video, and I replied with video, and then he's replied with video, right? A lot of these are going to be positive things about you. And let's say this guy says something positive about you. What are you going to do with it? You're going to ask for his permission, saying, wow, thank you so much, Mark. Mind if I just go ahead and share that on social media on how successful you are?
Hey, Dennis. I have to say, this was the first time someone replied to me on email with a video, and it's something good. You made me laugh, man. So I've seen your speaker reel, and I really liked it. You don't see often that people take photos and put it in to create an engaging video.
Okay, now you see that? I have hundreds of these, if not thousands of these. And why do you think I have thousands of these people that are coming through? Let me know in the chats. Why do you think that is? Is it because I'm famous? Is it because I'm saying something magical? It's because of gratitude. That's right, Laura. Social proof, says Jerry. It's because I'm replying with video and I'm showing I care. If you really care, you care about them, and you don't care if you have coronavirus hair. I don't even have any hair. It's the thank you machine. That's right. It's about showing you care. It's not about me. I'm making it about them. If I'm buying a gift certificate from Va Bene, I'm showing that I care about that owner. I care about that restaurant. I care about how difficult things are. I care about my customers. I care about my community. There is a drought going on right now, and it's a drought of love. And literally, yeah, like Todd said, if you intrinsically value other people, this is how they become your marketing. And now I'm going to show you what that means. So there's something that we call the influence generator. And the idea of the influence generator is when you are putting love out there first, other people are then going to reciprocate and say good things about you. So you're able to say thank you at scale. So one of my favorite ways to do that is just little things like videos, which cost you nothing. I don't have any budget, or 15-second videos cost you nothing, okay? Just like I showed you, I didn't spend any money, but also do things like, buy a video for, hey, let me know have you seen the video that I made for Brendan King with Debbie Gibson? Type in Debbie Gibson if you've seen this. If you've not, say no. I just want to get a sense if you guys have seen Debbie Gibson or not. Oh, most of you have not. Okay, so let me just show you an example of how you can take this thank you machine further. So Brendan King is the CEO of Vendasta. I've known him for many years. And we were chatting on Instagram. And here, I'll show you. I'm not making it up. I like to show, don't tell. And I asked him, so what's your favorite Debbie Gibson song? And he said, let's see. Here it is. See this? I said, what's your favorite Debbie Gibson song? It'd have to be Only in My Dreams. Okay. He says, why? Oh, you'll see. Okay. And then I went and ordered a cameo for him, and then I posted it, and then I tagged him in it, and he saw it. Then he went out and he shared it. And I'm not saying you have to use Cameo. You can use your own video. You can interview other people. So this is what happened.
Debbie Gibson.
Here, I'll make it bigger.
Hi, Brendan King. Debbie Gibson here. How are you, my friend? Listen, your amazing friend, Dennis Yu, drawn by to let me know that with all the devastation caused by the coronavirus, that you are helping people start digital marketing agencies at no charge courses, support. I am so thrilled that you're doing that. That is so generous of you. And Dennis wanted to let you know that he's so proud to be working with you to serve local businesses. So he sent me, as a little thank you gift, and I wanted to sing a little bit of one of your favorite songs of mine to send you my thanks. Every time I'm telling secrets, I remember how it used to be. I realize how the truth is you, and I realize how it feels to be free. Now I see it with true love.
You guys remember her? You guys old enough to remember her? Named him.
and so honored to be a part of celebrating you and your incredible generosity during this wild, wild time. Sending you all my love.
Isn't that awesome?
Bye.
She's 50. She sang Only in My Dreams in 1986. Now, so I made this, what I did was I went to Cameo. By the way, don't think that this is the only way. There's many ways to make videos, okay? This is not the only way to make video. I know we're over time. Can we go another 10 minutes? Is that good with you guys? Let me know yes in the chat. Can we go another 10 minutes? Okay. I know it's Friday afternoon and we just have so many good things here. So, by the way, you can, some of these people, here's Debbie Gibson. She's $100. You can order for her for $100. Isn't that amazing? And just for fun, does anyone have a favorite Debbie Gibson song? Let's see. Andrew, pick somebody. Ray has a favorite Debbie Gibson song.
Who's got one? Evan Lazarus. Do you have a favorite Debbie Gibson song?
Name your favorite Gibson.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Andrew.
Let's hear it, Evan. Let's hear it. What's your favorite song?
I can't say. I'd have to text my sister. She does.
No, here it is. Janice Christopher says here in the chat, says lost in your eyes, okay?
Oh, there we go.
Janice, what's a question that you might have? So I'm going to choose advice. What's a question you'd like her to answer? That would maybe, so Janice, tell us, what is your, actually, no, let's choose Bruce just for fun. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm demonstrating as an example. Mccorkle. Mccorkle, not Mccorkle. Name a question.
Are you asking me to name a question?
What's give me a question that he can answer, or Janice, either way, doesn't matter. Here, I'll do Janice.
A question that Debbie Gibson could answer?
Yeah, that maybe ties with your why in a particular way, or actually, and real quick, tell everyone about your agency and what you care about and your why.
Oh boy. So I'm Janice Christopher of the Janice Christopher Agency. My partner, Robert Davis, is on the line here somewhere as well. We are a high service, high touch, highly customized solution for local businesses. We do it because we love seeing our clients succeed and win in their local market. We love pulling all the elements of digital marketing together. Our tagline is, we take the mystery out of marketing and bring the buzz to your brand. People seem to like that. So I would ask Debbie Gibson how she has stayed relevant in her field over such a long and wonderful career. Because that's the thing for us in digital marketing too, is staying relevant with our knowledge.
So what are some tips for local businesses to stay relevant in this crazy time?
Good one.
Okay. And then what's she going to do? She's going to say, hey, Janice Christopher, I've got some tips for you on how I think local businesses can stay relevant in this time. And my favorite song, you said your favorite song was? What'd you say?
Oh, you're on mute, Janice.
You're on mute. Yeah, unmute yourself real quick. I know you said it. What was it?
Lost in Your Eyes.
Okay. And then I'll have it come to me and have it come to my phone number. Then you're going to edit it. You're going to, through the 1-minute video process, you're going to post on multiple channels. You're going to post it to your local area or whatever your audience is and say, I asked Debbie Gibson how to stay relevant. And this is what she said, right? And there's nothing disingenuous about that. It's fun. We're not asking her to promote the Janice Christopher Agency or Bruce Mccorkle, but it does create something called implied endorsement. And that is what the key is here with the influence generator. The idea of generating influence is you're constantly finding ways to be relevant and say thank you to other people. So my friend John Loomer, he teaches courses on Facebook ads. Do I see him as a competitor? No, because he came to me and he's been asking me questions about, like I taught him what custom audiences were a few years ago, right? Which are obviously the crown jewel of Facebook. And instead of saying like, well, I think I know Facebook ads better than John Loomer, like John Loomer is fantastic. In fact, I made a fun little graphic, repent of your Facebook marketing sins, says John Loomer, or other ways to try to make other people happy. My favorite thing actually is going to Amazon and I'll do this. You guys know Amazon Prime? Type in Prime if you know what Amazon Prime is. And I'll come in. You ever go to the restaurants and they have like these mints, like let's say the Andes mints, okay? Grocery, gourmet, yeah. Type in Prime if you know what Prime, Amazon Prime is. So here are these, look at this gigantic thing of 240 tub piece of mints, like that's like super diabetes, okay? Can you imagine this thing? So I purchased this before. All right, so here it is, right? This gigantic thing of mints, 40 ounces, 2.5 pounds of mints. And Amazon will deliver it for only $16. Wow. And, oh, Janice, you have some. Diabetes to you and me. And then I'll go ahead and check out. Now, here's what people goof up. I'm going to check out, and I'm going to send it to one of my friends. And whatever the friend is, if I'm just thinking, this is the whole part of gratitude. This is what we're teaching you right now. Little ways to say gratitude that really thrill and delight people. And here, I'm going to add a gift option. And let's say this is not to me, but I'm going to choose, let's see. My address book is just gigantic. Go look at your Amazon address book and see what you're thinking and see how many people you're thanking. And I could choose one of my friends. There's I. I's a professor at University of, let's see, I'll just choose that one, sure. It's got my credit card tied to it. $16.98. It's delivered for free, but here's the amazing thing. Say, hi, I. Remember, these are Andy's mints. I say, I mint to tell you how honored I am to have known you all these years. Keep on teaching through your podcast. I love seeing, I'm just thinking, I wish I could leave a video here. I love seeing how you've grown and achieved. Whatever, that's good enough. Right there it is. And there. And then I press order and free shipping. It's going to get there on Tuesday. Now, we used to have like this next day shipping or whatever. You pay a couple bucks more. By the way, if it's a female, I don't mean to be like sexist, whatever, then I'll pay the extra option for the gift wrapping. But if it's a guy, they kind of don't care, right? And pay the extra like $2 or $3. And there I've just made an order, right? Now, when was the last time you got tell me in the chat, when was the last time you got something in the mail from somebody, like a gift that was cool? And another thing would be like a Rubik's Cube maybe, you know? And you could say, hey, I choose the Rubik's Cube. Let's see which one. Oh, this one's $8 and it's Prime, right? And I'll say, I'm puzzled why we haven't gotten together or whatever it is. Or you can use this for anything. You just find a cheap little gift, right? And I'll just find the cheapest one here in Toys and Games, because the point is the thought. And you can buy a bunch of Prime items that are only like $4 or $5. See, $10 and under. And I want things that are Prime and allow me to have a gift message. And let's see, Connect 4, Newbie Teether Keys, I don't know what that is. Crayola Twistable Crayon Coloring Set, 24 count. Do you guys remember that? That's cool, huh? Remember the ones with like the 64 thing and it had the sharpener in there too? And then they got in trouble for the skin colored one because the colored people said that's not fair. But here, it's $4.49. I could buy this one. And I could say, think about something I could say about colors or about them or about, there's so many different ways you can try to make it relevant to them, to be creative. And then they get this thing in their mailbox 2 days later, and it's got your name and personalized message. And for $4.49, you said thank you to them. They got a gift. They're super wowed about it. And you've developed a relationship. You see what I'm doing here? So this is my friend, Jeff Rushton. And I remember meeting with him, and I think he runs the University of Louisville athletic department, which is the sports teams and all the digital marketing. And he said, my daughter and her friends think Dennis used magic because this showed up 10 minutes after we returned from the Lego movie. Thanks, Dennis, we'll have to catch up. And can you see here, it's kind of small, but it's got my name. And this is the little gift thing that they print out when you put that message in there, right? Then all these people are liking, sharing, and commenting. And there's so many ways to generate influence. Let's say you do something for a client that's amazing. This is one that we did for All Saints, which is a retail store. And when we were doing some fan growth for them, some Facebook marketing, and when we hit a milestone for a campaign, we printed out this poster. Printed, as in like a 3-foot tall poster, printed it, rolled it up in a tube thing, sent it to them, to their head of marketing. And what do you think that head of marketing is going to do when they get this big rolled up congratulations poster? What are they going to do? They're going to put it in their office for everyone to see. And then what happens when people walk by that person's office? They're going to say, what's that? Oh, well, it's this thing that we did together with Blitz Metrics, and they did all this Facebook growth, and here's all blah, 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 and they feel real proud. Do you see how that's an example of influence generator where it's causing them to do the referral work for us? Tell me, are you taking it, if you're taking care of your clients, and let's say you do really good work, are you taking the extra step to say thank you and show gratitude systematically? Oh, but I'm so busy. I'm working on these other clients and I got to do this and that. Okay, fine. Then are you delegating it to someone else on your team? Do you have a virtual assistant? Do you have Fiverr doing this? So I'll show you another example. So I'm not Fiverr. Oh, I have Fancy Hands, and I have them do things like order bobbleheads. Bobblehead payment. Here's one. So I said, hey, here's a friend of mine. I would like you to get order a bobblehead. And I'll just show you the message. Now, I didn't have to do the work. They went and they collected the pictures and they built the bobblehead. They ordered from China and it went back and forth. And this one, I think I spent extra because I wanted it done really, really fancy. And I think I spent $200. And let's take a look at the items here. Oops. Oh, I lost the task here. Oh, this is the payment. Oh, let me go to the other one. So anyway, I had them order a bobblehead, configure and order bobblehead based on images that we found on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. And then they got a bobblehead, right? I do lots of these bobbleheads. You can see some of these. And then another thing we'll do is we'll order people's faces on socks. Let me know in the comments, have you gotten a pair of socks with your face on them before? So this is our company in partnership with Brennan, and you get your face on socks. $25. It's made by these women in Portland that work in Brennan's factory, right? That's actually Matthew Douglas, who works at Digital Marketer, and he shared that. I've done it for Ryan Dice, right? All these things, and these are just more ways to be able to say thank you. Think about all the different ways. Here, go to Fiverr and have someone sing a song for $5 to honor a client. Oh, look, your cameo from Debbie Gibson's ready. All right, Janice, are you ready? And we have a guide on how to edit this video the right way.
Hi, Ms. Janice Christopher. Debbie Gibson here on behalf of Dennis Yu, who asked me an incredible question. What are some tips for local businesses to stay relevant in this crazy time? And, I think there's a couple of things. First of all, I've been getting emails from some of my favorites, stores that have really been promoting their online world. And, I think that restaurants that are offering free delivery, I think there's a compassion element right now that local businesses are showing. And obviously each business has to find their balance of staying afloat. But if, everyone can kind of not be looking to, treat the world as it was, because it is a new world. And so, gosh, I really feel for business owners at this time. But I really think offering compassion, lowering prices where possible, and reaching out to customers and letting us, the consumers, know that you guys are alive and well and there and have pivoted and changed format is a really, really wise thing. And I wanted to also sing a bit of a favorite. I hear it's a favorite. I get lost in the mist, and I feel my spirits rise inside like a wind. It's here that I can be. Thank you so much for stopping by and sending you so much love and strength at this time. Dennis, thank you so much for your incredible question and song request. And Janice, big kiss to you, girl. Bye.
Dennis.
All right.
Dennis, amazing. Thank you so much. What an experience.
How does that make you feel?
I'm going to cry. I'm sitting here trying not to cry.
Well, we let it out. Do
Really
you see the power of saying thank you and gratitude?
It's just so special. It's just so, that was just amazing. An amazing experience.
Now
Very
imagine if you did that 100 times per day to your community. What would that do for your agency, for the Janice Christopher agency?
through the roof, baby.
Everyone else here, what is the impact of saying thank you? Are you motivated now to say thank you in micro moments, 15-second videos, a little Amazon Prime $5 crayon item, ordering something on Cameo, going to your restaurant that you love and leaving them a review, going to someone that has been a friend of yours, a mentor, and praising them and thanking them? Are you actively spending the time to thank people? When you wake up in the morning, do you have a morning ritual to be able to say thank you? Do you start off the day with gratitude, which is the most powerful place that you can be? Are you thinking about things maybe from a long time ago that are important in saying thank you? And when you say thank you and when you share, this is how you are going to grow your business. It is not because of hocus pocus magic. It is because there's physics behind relationships. There's laws of how relationships work, just like the laws of gravity. I want to hear you guys, what do you think? Just for the next few minutes, I want to hear what you guys think about the strategy. What are you going to do based on it? Maybe Andrew, you could unmute some folks. I want to hear some feedback. Get busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to provide feedback? Maybe just raise your hand on in the panel there. We have a lot of people. Let's see, who could we?
Dennis, I have to jump off. I've got somebody waiting for me in my own Zoom meeting. Thank you so much.
Good job, Janice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
Bye.
Or just raise your hand in your video if you have your video on.
And while Andrew's choosing, you guys know your homework assignment, right? This is not entertainment. This is, we want to see you take action. So do something nice for the community. Make simple 15-second videos to friends of yours or people in your community. You see someone doing something good, give them some encouragement. Share that in our Facebook group so we can all share together. And I love seeing the wins. And as you start to get clients, as you start to build connections, share that. And then all of us will be able to cheer you on as well.
Amy, I saw your hand up. We'd love to hear from you.
So thank you so much, Dennis. This was awesome, as usual. So I'm going to use this as my checklist every morning to, just kind of check, maybe not every single one of them off, but as many as I can every morning, maybe, switching to different ones. And that's how I'm going to, take action and take your advice. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. Rock on. Maybe another one? Who else?
Yeah, Dennis. So it's Mike Corso. I probably sent out 3 or 4 videos since last week when we had this last talk, and I just feel it's great. It's a great way to connect, and I've gotten half of the people responded back with, yeah, let's have a conversation. But I also want to point out that in the business center, I think it's underutilized, the social marketing tool, because I didn't realize until recently that I can add not just like 2 or 4 of my major platforms in there, but variations. So if I have a couple of business pages, I'm just loading up in business platform, in business center, up to 8 or 10 of my profiles. And if it's appropriate, I'm sending my messages out all, and it's so easy. It's like, I describe it to clients as Buffer or Hootsuite, but better. It's a little more intuitive, and it's all in one place.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Okay, I know we're way over on time. I'm so glad. I'm grateful.
Oh man, are we happy we hung around? That is not a dry eye on the webinar, I don't think. How's that for homework? Do something nice. We'll share the full checklist, but again, if you're not in the Facebook group, please join that, and we'll help each other feel nice, warm and fuzzy throughout the week. So,
and there's a course for everything that we're teaching. So just know that these are live exercises, these weekly calls, but there is training, as you saw. I went to that guide just briefly where you can learn the concepts, you can see more examples, and that's how the training and homework in between fits in with our live exercise calls. All right, guys? Thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend. And growing your agency is something that should be fun. It shouldn't be painful. It's something that we're all doing together. We're supporting each other. We are not competitors. Now is a fantastic time. You guys rock.